Now that we know some indications and contraindications of a dental probe, we're going to see how we use a dental probe, right? So, dental probe, you're going to be taking your probe and working your way around the entire dentition. So the working order for this, you'll be working from the buccal of 1 all the way around to the buccal of 16, right? And from there, you'll shift over to the palatal zone. You're going to work from the palatal, right, all the way over to the palatal of 1, right? Then you're going to move from the lingual of 32 all the way around to the lingual 17. Then you transfer over to the buccal and work your way all the way over to the buccal back of 32, right? So that's the working order, right? Okay, so now for probing. So the tooth is broken up basically into 6 different parts when probing, right? And it's from the distal line angle to interproximal, right? From the distal line angle to the mesial line angle. That's the second part. And then the third, right, would be from the mesial line angle to interproximal, right? Those are the first 3, right? So again, distal line angle to interproximal. Then the second part, right, is distal line angle to mesial line angle. So line angle to line angle, and then the mesial line angle interproximal. And that is 3 different parts. So the other 3 parts to the tooth, right, would be on the palatal, on the other surface, right? It'll be, instead of the buccal, it'll be over here. So it's mirrored the same way. So how do you probe, right? When grass, okay. Now that we know what are the indications and contraindications of using a dental probe, we're going to do a quick example, right, of how to measure, right, the depth in probing techniques, right, and right angulation and so on and so forth. So when using a probe, right, what I like to do is have a standard hold, right, a modified pen grasp, right, and that consists of you having C-shaped grasp, middle finger on the shank, and then you would probe, right? That's what I do. So the way how we would go around, right, probing, right, we start the working order. You would start from 1 to 16 on the buccal surface, right? So you go from 1 going all the way around to 16, right? Then from there you go from 16 to 1 all the way around, right? After that, you'll be working from the lingual, which is 70, 32, 20, is that you would take your probe, right, and work it, well, you're going to angle it to the apex of the tooth, right? So when you go in, right, on a live patient, right, you will know that you're in the depth, the JE, you would hit the gingival epithelium, right? Right? When the gums blanch or they get white. So you're going to work from the distal line angle, right? Entering the probe. And then you would walk the probe from the distal line angle to interproximal, right? And on the tooth, you would measure, right, the lines, how deep the pocket is, right? You would measure the deepest depth. So you're going to work from the distal line angle all the way interproximal. When we get interproximal, you have to angle it at a 10 to 15 degrees so you could get a proper reading, right? So after, you take the probe out, put it back at the distal line angle, and walk it to the other line angle, which is the mesial line angle, right? And from there, you would measure again the deepest pocket. Right? You move from the mesial line angle all the way over to the interproximal space, and you again measure the deepest depth. So that's how you would, that's like a part of the working order of what you would do. You go from the distal line angle, interproximal, then line angle to line angle, right? From the distal line angle to the mesial line angle. And don't take the probe out. Then you walk it easily. So you're going to be walking it. You're not going to stab, but you're going to walk gently. And on live patient, you would see the gums blanch a bit, so you would know that you're in the pocket, like right there. Okay? So that's how you would walk a probe. This instrument is a dental probe. It has many uses in the dental office, right? It's composed of a handle, a shank, and a measuring end, right? These lines on your probing instrument allows you to take various measurements in a patient's oral cavity. So some indications of a dental probe is calculating the probing depth, calculating the clinical attachment level, relative attachment, demarcation of the mucogingival junction, the amount of keratinized gingiva, the amount of attached gingiva, gingival recession, furcation, size of lesions, and the distance between teeth. Some contraindications for using this is, what we're going to do is quickly go through, I'll show an example of how you work around each sexton, right, in the proper working order. Right, just a quick demo. Right, so again, you would go from number 1 to 16 on the buckle. Right, distal line angle to interproximal, then line angle to line angle, and then mesial line angle to interproximal. Right, and you'd walk it. Right, bringing our probe for a walk. Right. Don't mind my background. Okay. So that's how you would do it, right? I hope that was good enough.